Do you know who the president is?
I almost said Obama.
What?
It's okay. It's okay. Do you know where you're at?
Greenville Tech.
Okay. And we're gonna do an assessment. Okay. So I've assessed your gait, and I'm looking at her appearance, her hygiene. You look good. Okay. So have a little seat. Then I would go ahead and get her vital signs. Will not get vital signs for real.
Verbalize it.
You will not. I would get vital signs. I would assess your height and weight, and calculate your BMI. And then I would say, now I'm going to give you a gown, and I'm going to go out of the room, and I would like for you to undress everything except for your underwear. But I will not do that. Like if I'm you, I'm just telling you. And then I'll come back in, and we'll begin the assessment. That's kind of how this is going to play out, right? What I'm doing. So I've given you the gown. Okay. I'm going to come back in.
Come on.
Hello. Hi. I'm Kim. Tell me your name and birthday. Okay. Just verifying you still have the same patient. That's crazy, but just that. And then you're going to begin. And literally, you're going to go down that thing, literally, like from the top, checking just like that. More than likely, I'll be sitting, or whoever, Miss Newsom, will be sitting in a chair, usually. And y'all start with the head and the scalp, and you're saying, it's clean. Does it appear? I don't see any redness or an itchy scalp, things like that. And that's usually when I say I have some lices up in there. And people who've never met me just freak out. When I say that, I'll say, "Did you see my lice?" And they don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? You might want to put gloves on. If you want to. Most of the time y'all don't. I'm just gonna be honest. But you could say I would put gloves on if to cover yourself. And then you're gonna start, and you're gonna go directly by that. And then when you get like, come here right here. Here, come here. Sit in this chair. It's right here. When you're doing the head just like he did, and the scalp, and then you're gonna go down, and you're gonna start with these nodes. And you're going to start naming off all these nodes. I would check this. I would check the submandibular. Oh Lord, it's been so long since I've done submental. All of that, and you're going to have to show. And you don't have to dwell on them. Literally, y'all are so nervous. Just say, I would check this and this and this. Down here, the chain is something part of the chain. I can't remember, y'all. I always study it the night before.
Cervical chain?
Yeah,
cervical chain.
doing that. I don't feel any lumps or bumps. What's next on there? Give me that paper. Or no, just tell me what's on the paper.
General survey, skin, head, and face.
I would look at her skin. I would check for circulation. Capillary refill should be what?
Less than 3 seconds.
Less than 3 seconds. She has good skin turgor. You see where I'm going with that? I mean, it's not as difficult as you think, but you're going head to toe, and then most of the time, what's next on there?
Musculoskeletal upper extremities. So we're not doing lower?
Does this test cranial nerves? We have to test all the cranial
Is it
nerves?
like, I actually did a whole one on this on me, and it was like 20 minutes.
What is this?
I think that's what, it's not that I'm not thinking, what I think I'm thinking about is a lot of times you don't have to go by that as long as you cover the whole thing, because some students will stop right there and then go ahead and do an eye exam. They'll do their ear exam. You follow where I'm going with that? They'll look up your nose, and we'll look down your throat. We'll tell you to smile with teeth, without teeth, raise your eyebrows, that kind of thing that you're going to see on there. And they'll do the whole head first, and then they'll start with the extremities. Like, can you pull on my hands? Like she's gonna do all this in that video. But I mean, you don't have to follow that word for word, but as long as you cover it. But some people like to do it all the way down and then do the things in the bed. Now, one thing I want to throw in there is I or whoever's doing it will get in that bed. Okay, always remember to ask a patient, have you had any type of hip surgery? Do not forget that. Oh, and I forgot. and I have,
Yeah.
so I usually catch y'all on that. Very good to remember that. I'll tell you something I forgot while she was sitting here going over stuff. Tell me about your bowel movements. Do you do a self-breast exam? Do you do a self-testicular exam? Tell me how you do it. I forgot that. So remember, all that goes right here in the beginning, okay?
So y'all are gonna be in the bed the whole time?
We're in the chair in the beginning.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to do like your lower extremities, your stomach, you gotta listen, you gotta palpate your intestines, your small intestines. I mean, literally, she's gonna tell you every bit of that.
Okay.
So there's a part that will come to where you have to get in the
Yeah,
bed.
yeah. Okay.
Always ask if that person's had hip surgery. Always, don't forget that, okay? You will have to find, one of the hardest things is checking for pulses. I'm gonna tell you a story. So if you got family members at home, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, start trying. It's hard to feel the femoral pulse.
Y'all working real hard here.
It's actually hard to feel your pedal pulses.
The popliteal, I can
The
never.
popliteal, but I'm just saying, she's gonna want you to not just say, I would check the popliteal pulse and keep going. I'm gonna find the popliteal pulse, and it may take you a minute to find it. So it's good if you go ahead and have an idea of where it is. Check it on your people, okay? You're gonna have to do that. When I check a carotid pulse, do I check it on both sides
No.
at the same time? No. Why?
Occlusion of both.
And what would she probably do?
Pass.
Pass out, okay. Things like that,
Maybe
you'll
we
say.
should do
Maybe
that,
we
and
should
then
do
when they
it,
wake
just
up, they'll
knock
think
y'all out
we
and-
passed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I know what
And
happened to you, but we're
that's
done.
when I'm doing like
We
this
just
right
did the
here.
whole exam.
That's when I'm doing this right here. I got a piece of paper in my pocket, but I like really do. But like, I did not study this word for word last night. I usually review it before y'all's demo, so I didn't know she was gonna do it. But I would definitely watch her video. I would definitely go ahead and try to find your pulses on your people. I'm serious, because you're gonna have to do it, and that gets you real flustered. She was going a while ago in another room. Oh, hello, Heather. She was going to get a Doppler to try to find some pulses on one of the people. I'm sorry, we're